my God, I just can't stand it anymore. These tariffs are tearing me apart, and the rich are getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Oh, it drives me insane.
Quantum souls.
Calm down, my friends. Are you ready? Let's take in a deep breath. Hold it and let it out. One more. Hold it and let it out. My friends, it's time to calm down a little bit. I know we're all anxious about what's happening in the world around us. Why is so much taking place this year, and especially this month in April when we're recording this? But as you can see, the ocean behind me, the tides rise and fall. The sun comes up in the morning. The moon comes up at night. Rivers flow. Winds move. Everything happens in a rhythm. So if everything is just happening in a rhythm, nice and smoothly around us, why are we running around saying, why is this happening to me? And getting so anxious and depressed moment by moment. It's as if life is slipping through our fingers. But it's not. I was once like that too. But now I realize that everything that was meant for me will come to me through clarity, not through desperation. So I found that the more you chase life or love, which is the same by the way, the farther and faster it runs away. So the deeper we sink into this hole, the more anxious and depressed you get, because you haven't got clarity. You haven't got control of the situation. So it's time to understand that becoming calm is not passive. It's like you're not doing anything. Actually, it's very intelligent. You see, life is just a continuous flow of things. And personally, I believe we're all in this simulation, in this third dimension. But that's for another episode later on. From the rivers to the winds, nothing in nature is static, and that includes us. The seasons don't rush to change, the sun doesn't struggle to come up, and a tree doesn't force itself to grow overnight. This is the intelligence of existence, and we are part of that through an effortless and timeless existence here on Earth. Yet as human beings, we forget this simple truth. We force things to happen on our timeline, and we resist the natural order in life. And in doing so, we create unnecessary suffering for ourselves. If you look closely, you'll see that everything in life has a rhythm, a cycle of coming and going of things. Even in our bodies, our breath moves in and out without having to control it. So now's another time maybe we should take a breath. Breathe in and breathe out. So now I wanted to give you an example of an analogy between who we really are on this earth. As you can see in behind me, this is the Pacific Ocean. We live very close to the ocean. We're maybe 25 yards from the end of the building to the ocean, or 25 meters, whichever you choose. So if I went down to that ocean and I took a bucket and I filled it full of water from the ocean, and I brought it up here out to my balcony where I'm filming from, and I put it down, in a couple of days, what will have happened to the water? It would have evaporated, right? So it changed state. You see, water can be a solid, a liquid, or a gas. And it's one of the unique materials, and we are 70% to 90% water. And water is one of the only things on Earth that expands when it freezes. Most things contract. So when it changes from solid form and gets to 0 degrees centigrade or 32 degrees Fahrenheit, it becomes a liquid. And when its temperature is raised up to 100 degrees centigrade or 212 degrees Fahrenheit, it begins to boil. And as it boils, it gives off vapors. Gaseous spirit, if you will. So where does that go? Where does the gas go? Well, it goes into the clouds. It evaporates into the clouds. And once the clouds get heavy with the vapor, water vapor, they let it all go. And the rain just falls down onto the ground. But if we looked into that bucket, what's left in there after the water evaporated? Just minerals, mainly salt, right? So that's the same thing that happens to us. We come from spirit form, gaseous form, and we come down to earth and become human beings in your mother's belly, and we're bumping around in more water, right? Liquid, moving around in there for 9 months till we show up and are born. And when we die, what's left from us? Whether you're buried or whether you're cremated, there's nothing but the carbon particles that make us up, because we're carbon-based beings. And that's what's in that bucket. So that is the analogy of you, who you really are, how you got here, and that everything is in sync with nature. We're part of this ebb and flow of life that I like to call the process here on Earth. So this is the fundamental movement and flow of life. But the moment we fight this and hang on too tightly, we create resistance. And when we create resistance, our body contracts. And that's when we get anxious, because we've lost clarity, we've lost control, and our mind is working overtime, trying to figure stuff out that it never will. So when you are constantly agitated by worries and thoughts that come into your mind, you cannot see the truth of any situation. You cannot see it as it is, actually is. But you can do that if you take a beat, relax, calm down, and take a breath. One more breath. Let it all out. So the most successful people in life are not those that choose to chase it, try to chase it down and win and fight and resist. It's those that relax, let go, calm down, and everything that is yours, that's meant to be yours, will come to you with certainty. So allow life to flow and continue the process. Right after this video is another set of waterfall drone pictures and photographs from the jungles of Panama. I'll play that right after I'm finished talking. I like to talk. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this video. I appreciate the time you spend with me. I love you all. Take care. We'll see you again very soon. Bye for now. Hello everybody, just me again. If you want to find out who you really are, just look up here. And if you want to find out how to create success in your life and business, look right up here. Take care. Bye for now.